In a world of politics, power, and privilege, one young man stands out that doesn't get spoken about nearly enough. The man, the myth, the legend, Barron Trump. Barron William Trump, born during the spring season, March 20th, 2006, entered a life most kids can only dream of. At the time, he was the youngest son of real estate tycoon Donald Trump and his wife, supermodel Melania Trump. While many kids were learning to ride bikes, Barron was thrust into a world of luxury. Living in Trump Tower was a whirlwind of lavish parties, designer clothes, and a private golf course. But what was it like growing up in the Trump bubble? Well, first and foremost, the boy was on the Oprah Winfrey Show at just 2 months old, which is ironic, considering how much he stayed out of the public eye since Trump became president back in 2016. While he was on the Oprah Show, we were able to get an inside look at Trump's life as a daddy to a newborn, despite his other children having a significant age gap with young Barron. Both parents are seen on camera loving on him, and their nursery looks more lavish than a Macy's during Christmas time. Not only was he blessed by Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres had to get a piece of the Barron action and send him a next-level present, a gold stroller complete with its very own chandelier. Things only went up from there for young Barron. He got the pleasure of living at the Trump Tower penthouse, which looks fit for royalty to say the least. Look at this place. Looks like a place King Solomon lived in from the Old Testament. What an incredible place to grow up. Even Richie Rich is jealous of Barron. Not only did he grow up in this fancy penthouse, but since he was the only kid living with the family, at that point he had his own personal floor. It had a living room, kitchen, and living quarters for nannies and Melania. Growing up in a fancy penthouse would just be the beginning of Barron's life of luxury. After all, it doesn't get more regal than living in the White House. When the Trumps moved into the White House in 2017, Barron got an even cooler upgrade. As the moving trucks for the Obamas pulled up on the west side of the White House, the moving trucks for the Trumps pulled up on the east side. Within 5 hours, one family's home was completely transformed into another family's home. Imagine how wild it will feel if Trump and the fam has to move back in there. Not only did Barron get his own bedroom in the White House, but he also got the most personalized space one could ask for. Barron's room was stocked with his favorite brands of toiletries and soaps, among other personal care products, as soon as he moved in. As reports stated at the time, the White House staff will know what every member of the Trump family likes, as far as food, snacks, and personal items. This will be stocked and waiting for the family so they can obtain it at a moment's notice. Barron also got all the perks that come along with living in the White House, which includes a home theater, a swimming pool, and a bowling alley. Quite the way to live, but despite the lavish lifestyle, Barron has set himself apart and stayed in a lane that is unique to him. He's got the interior designer bug from his mom and has been notorious for setting up his room and even writing on the walls to express his creativity. He developed his own interests as well, like basketball and fashion. Infamously, he was seen sporting designer sneakers and looking effortlessly cool, even while staying out of the spotlight. He's also super notorious for wearing New Balances. His education has always been a priority to his parents, as they put him in a $50,000 a year school, as he attended St. Andrews in Potomac, Maryland, which caught a lot of people by surprise considering the past 35 years, all the presidential children have attended DC's Sidwell Friends. In 2021, when the White House run was over, he transferred to Palm Beach, Florida, where his family returned to live at Mar-a-Lago. According to People, the school was founded in 2007 by billionaire William Koch, brother to Republican mega donors Charles and David Koch, and a previous fundraiser of Trump's campaigns. When Barron enrolled, Scott Siegfried, Oxbridge's Director of Advancement, said, "We look forward to welcoming him into our school and community." From what we can tell, Barron is settling in well at his new school. As for the tuition cost at Oxbridge Academy, a whopping $38,500. His education and his impressive knowledge are what separates him from most. While other kids were learning their ABCs, Barron was busy learning 3 languages: English, French, and his mom's native language, Slovenian. Of course, learning multiple languages is a privilege that not all kids can experience, but perhaps what stands out more than his trilingual upbringing is the amount of dedication and attention his mother has devoted to him. With Daddy Trump traveling and shaking hands with world leaders, his mom was hands-on in raising him. She was quoted in an interview saying, "I am a full-time mom. That is my first job, the most important job ever." Despite her fame and success, his mom made sure that her free time was wholly devoted to him. Check out this statement she made about her motherhood. "I started my business when he started school," she shared. "When he is in school, I do my meetings, my sketches, and everything else. I cook him breakfast, bring him to school, pick him up, prepare his lunch. I spend the afternoon with him." Sometimes I have obligations, but I also think children need to see a parent do what her passion is. It is a good example for a child, so the child can find passion as well and follow that passion in the future. Melania Trump may be known as the steely and silent former First Lady, but it seems she should be known for her parenting and devotion to raising her son. In many interviews, Melania stresses how important it is for her to be with her son as much as possible. For a family that could certainly afford to hire some nannies, it appears that Melania was firmly against outsourcing help for raising her son. Barron Trump is finished with school, got accepted into all the schools he applied to, and is starting to come out of his private life and make his presence felt at Mar-a-Lago. He's reportedly charming everyone around him as he prepares to dip his toes into the world of politics. Even though he's had a more sheltered life compared to his older siblings, Barron has quickly become a promising figure among conservatives. Just recently, he was elected as a Florida delegate for the Republican National Convention, as confirmed by the state party chairman. Now 18, Barron will represent Florida at the convention, happening in Milwaukee from July 15 to July 18, alongside his siblings Donald Jr., Eric, and Tiffany. Insiders say Barron has a lot of charm and political smarts for his age, hinting that he could have a bright future in politics. One source pointed out that he is tall, handsome, and more interested in politics than people realize. Melania Trump, Barron's mother, is reportedly giving him more independence, allowing him to make his own decisions, including who he invites over for dinner at Mar-a-Lago. Recently, he hosted business tycoon Patrick Bet-David, who described Barron as sharp, funny, sarcastic, and confident. Barron Trump is ready to make his mark in the political world, and even got a standing ovation when he made his debut on the campaign trail for his dad. Barron turned and waved to the crowd of Trump supporters at his father's Doral golf course as the former president praised him for his smarts, demeanor, and rising popularity. Trump is quoted in that moment saying, "You're pretty popular. He might be more popular than Don and Eric." We got to talk about that. The future looks bright for Barron, and we are all on standby as we anticipate what college he has chosen, as well as how much of a role he will have in his dad's administration if he wins in the 2024 election. As we wrap up this episode, it's been interesting to dive into Barron Trump's upbringing, and it's worth mentioning how his security measures have allowed him to maintain a relatively private life. The presence of Secret Service protection, combined with his attendance at private schools and the family's deliberate choice to keep him out of the public eye, has contributed to a life that balances both safety and privacy. It's been pretty cool to see how under wraps his childhood was, despite the non-stop media attention his dad has gotten over the last decade. As Barron steps into the political arena, he carries his family's legacy, but after learning how intentional his mum was with him, we are confident he will excel in whatever path he decides to walk on. Smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed learning about the new balance king, Barron Trump. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video. If you love hearing about the rise of YouTubers and celebrities, give us a like and subscribe. We will see you soon. Thanks for watching.